Alex Smith gets cut by the Washington football team after winning Comeback Player of the Year. He's getting up there in age. He's one of the few remaining players of the 2005 draft class. He was the first overall pick. Alex Smith, he won Comeback Player of the Year last year, but his whole career has been a comeback story. I remember in my early days when I was watching football, Alex Smith got booed, got harassed by Niner fans. He was the first overall pick, and he will always be compared to Aaron Rodgers. And we all know Aaron Rodgers waited till like in the draft day to get picked, and Alex Smith was the first overall pick. And we all know that the connections, Alex Smith has been a journeyman. He's been a game manager. Aaron Rodgers, probably the best thrower of the football in the NFL history. But Alex Smith went into a horrible situation with the Niners, dysfunctional. They kept switching offensive coordinators. I believe he had like a different offensive coordinator for the first 6 years of his career. That's never good if you're trying to develop a quarterback. So for all the teams that have young quarterbacks, don't keep switching offensive coordinator every year, and you really help out your guy. But Alex Smith, from getting booed, I remember one game that really comes to my mind. Sunday Night Football against the Eagles. I think it was in 2010. They were just booing him. They even wanted David Carr to come in. David Carr, another bust. That's how bad Alex Smith was viewed in the eyes of the Niners, that they wanted another bust to come in for him. But Harbaugh comes in. He has a great season with Harbaugh. He has a couple great seasons with him. Then Kaepernick takes his job. He goes to the Chiefs with Andy Reid. He has some great seasons with him. They go into the playoffs, but they fizzle out. He has his best season in the NFL under Andy Reid. He's even in the MVP conversation. They lose again in the playoffs, and then the next season he gets traded to the Washington football team, and Patrick Mahomes takes over. And we all know what happened after that. Patrick Mahomes takes the leagues by storm. But I just want to give Alex Smith a lot of credit for his career. To start the way he did, to be labeled the bust, for fans to boo you, literally probably the loudest boos I've ever heard on TV. Like you almost felt like you were in the stadium. There's a lot of chances that Alex Smith could have given up on his career. When he was labeled the bust, when he I believe he got hurt like in his third season too. Different offensive coordinator for the first 6 seasons. Getting benched for Kaepernick after finally breaking out, after finally having a good season. And then he goes to the Chiefs and he starts playing good. He's having the best season in his career, and he gets benched for another young quarterback, Kaepernick. And then he goes to the Washington football team. He's leading them to their best season in a while. It looks like they're going to make the playoffs. Freak injury. Almost loses his life because of an infection that happened during surgery. Fights through all of that. Comes back. Third-string quarterback. Second-string quarterback. Eventually becomes a starter for the Washington football team. Just an amazing career by Alex Smith. I hope it's not over. I hope someone signs him either as a backup or as a starter. The teams he's being linked to right now, the strongest are the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and the Bears. To either be a backup, like for the Jaguars and the Dolphins, he'll be a backup for Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars if they pick him. And Urban Meyer was his coach in college in Utah. Or he could go with the Dolphins, back up Tua. Or he could sign with the Bears. Nagby was his offensive coordinator when he was with the Chiefs. And he could either be the starter there or the backup there. But I hope this is not the end of Alex Smith. Alex Smith is inspirational. Especially when he was with the Niners. His whole storyline really captivated me. Really, I was really like fascinated, and I put a lot of weight into his story. I loved when Harbaugh took over that team and they got into the playoffs and they beat the Saints in the NFC Championship or the NFC Divisional game. They beat the Niners. It was just, that whole storyline was amazing to watch. The catch number 3 when he threw the pass to Vernon Davis. That whole Niners team's just really captivated a lot of the nation, myself, and Alex Smith was behind it. And it's just a feel-good story to finally have Alex Smith have any type of success. And then for him to have those hiccups after that with the Chiefs, with the Washington football team, and to still come back, win Comeback Player of the Year, and still be here trying to sign with another team. I just think Alex Smith is a great competitor, a great person, a great player. And I would like to see him continue in the league. So I hope someone picks him up. But pretty much this was just an Alex Smith celebration. I know a lot of people give him a lot of flack for not, turning into one of the best quarterbacks in the league, being the number 1 overall pick, or for the Niners picking him over Aaron Rodgers. But I think I've moved past that, and I appreciate Alex Smith for the career he's had and just for the determination that he has shown through these 15 years in the NFL.